Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about the topic. Loving someone that has been narcissistically abused. Which is an addition to my last video. You see. What we as victims that are learning to love ourselves. Along with those that haven't been raised in a narcissistically abusive home. Or haven't been in a long-term relationship with a narcissist need to understand is. Narcissistic abuse cuts very very deep. And the reason is it's not straightforward. Narcissistic abuse is a sick, twisted, manipulative way to get another person to destroy their own life and feel bad about themselves. It's also a sick, manipulative process of destroying someone's life. All the while having the finger pointed at the victim themselves being the bad guy or bad girl. It's really a big time mind screw. And some people have been abused in this way for 40 or 50 years. And they just found out last year what has been happening to them. Needless to say, there has been a lot of damage done in these victims' lives. And though they are doing the self-work, learning to love themselves, working on their codependency, working on boundaries, limiting or going no contact with certain toxic individuals in their life. The fact of the matter is these people are still people at the end of the day. And they still might end up in future relationships. And might be blessed enough to find someone understanding, caring, and decent. Now for this narcissistic abuse survivor. Though it may be tempting. Don't let this new person in your life become your caretaker. No matter how good or honest they may be. This can burn out even a good and honest person. But with that being said, if this person is truly a good person, and you've been with them a good while, and you have firm boundaries in place, and they are being supportive, and the person that is being supportive, the person that has never really been narcissistically abused their entire life, except a toxic friend or two here or there, or a bad boss for a short time, and those can be bad in itself. But I think you get my point. If you were never raised in a narcissistically abusive home, nor have you been in a long-term narcissistically abusive relationship, and you are now dating someone that has been narcissistically abusive, I will tell you this. The worst thing in the world is to be supportive 1 minute, and not supportive the next. To not be understanding of really how deep this problem is understandable. But it also can be problematic. Here's the facts. There are people in this world that have never received real love from a parent. Never. Never ever ever. And sadly this is one of the things that makes certain people prime targets for future narcissists. But what I would like you to do is let it sink in for a moment what it would be like to have all of the love and experiences you had growing up with your parent or parents disappear. Then what I would like you to do is replace the empty space where the love has been taken away with pain. Due to your parent or parents lying on you at every corner and turn. And actively trying to sabotage your life. This is something we will walk around with forever. Us meaning the narcissistic abuse survivors. The goal is to live positive, happy lives. And to not let it affect us too much. But to those that say, oh, you just need to let it go. They don't know what they are talking about. They have no clue. Now should you let these bad things ruin your life? And your future relationships? No. Don't do it. You deserve the best. And the only way to get the best is try your best. But at the end of the day you're human. And the hell you went through is serious business. And tends to destroy lives. And by God's love, you weren't destroyed. You are here. Looking for and seeking answers. You're reading and researching. And you are discovering who you really are. But to those that have never gone through this, life just happens. You call your mom or dad. And just have these relationships. They are just here. And a happy part of your life. You don't feel unprotected. You don't feel alone. And the times you do feel alone and scared, Someone close to you reminds you that you don't have to feel that way. That they are there for you. Well, narcissistic abuse survivors don't have that. We've never had that. So when we are scared and there's no one there to reassure us that we are okay. And quite possibly in our lives. A narcissist that we trusted told us they were in our corner. When in reality they were using our problems to get close to us. Now, to the people that might have commented on my last video regarding this issue, stating their current mate was married to a narcissist for several years. I will bet the narcissist in their life used their pain to get close to them, and pretended to have their back through thick and thin. That's what narcissists do. Now here you are. You're a good person. You found out about your husband or wife's past history of being narcissistically abused. And if you really love them, and you really are never going to leave them, sit together and learn this stuff together. And don't go back on your word to care. That is if you really do care. Because this is serious stuff. Work with the person you're with to create boundaries for them. Even if they have to use those boundaries when interacting with you. Because they should be able to feel free to speak their mind about what is bothering them and for it to be taken seriously. And not feel like they are going to lose you for doing so. The name of the game is support and understanding. It's crazy. First you're learning about gaslighting. Then you're learning about projection. Then you're learning about smear campaigns. Then you learn about the narcissist do test. And then you learn about love bombing and devaluing. And the list goes on and on. And then you say to yourself, someone went through this hell for 20 years. Or 40 years. Or 50 years. And then you shake your head and say, how is this person so well adjusted? Well, I have news for you. We are dying inside. And it's all we can do sometimes to hold it together. And we live with the fear all the time of being abused again. Or if we said or did something wrong as well, that we might lose someone good. But your interest in what is going on with the person you're with is where it starts. And the survivor having an interest in self-betterment. And then the journey begins. And you two sitting down and being able to talk about what's going on is important. Along with learning about what is going on, as that is equally important. Because I believe there have been so many relationships for many survivors that ended due to a lack of understanding. It's so hard to tell this to someone and have them really get it. But when there is person after person on YouTube telling their story, and all of these stories have the same markers to them, it all starts to become clear to the person in a relationship with someone that went through such hell. And when you have information, you can start to think. And start to put together life plans and how to move forward in a positive way. But when you don't have that, you have chaos. You have misunderstanding. And then you have that devil on your shoulder to tell you this person isn't worth it and you should just leave. And that's one of the many reasons it's so hard for narcissistic abuse survivors to hang on to relationships with what we call normal people. This is why I talk about growing this channel. And getting the number of subscriptions to bump up a bit. Because I know if I have the time to do this full time, I can talk about things that are going on in this world that get people to think. And we can address narcissistic abuse from several angles here on this channel. To the point where more people are able to wake up and get help. No matter it be a narcissistic abuse victim. Or someone that is supporting them. So that's why sharing is important. And to those of you that have shared my work, I say a big thank you. It's so important. Now with that being said, I will be also at some point using another platform for some of my work. As I want to talk about more sensitive issues. But at the same time they will still be surrounded around this topic of narcissistic abuse. But I want to be able to have daily information for you guys and gals. That will help out this problem in a big way. It kills me every day I read the news about something that happened to a child at the hands of their parents. And I want to be able to have a platform where I just address those issues, along with talking about marriage and divorce laws. Because I'm telling you right now, overnight things would change for the better. They wouldn't be perfect, but things would be better if the laws changed. But guess why they don't change? Money, and they are culling the herd. Meaning you and me. But people are just blindly going through life, not knowing which end is up. It's my goal to accidentally reach some of these people. By accident they stumble upon one of my videos, and they hear things they've never heard before. And it makes them think. It makes them think. And to those of you that have mentioned my robot voice, maybe someday that might change. But at this time, this is the voice the Matrix has given me. But it might change as the channel grows. The goal for me is to grow too. How that will look like, it's hard to say. But all of these things are going through my mind and are things I'm working on. Sorry for my little mini rant/commentary about what's going on with my channel. But I feel this way about not just my channel, but many other channels as well. There are so many good people out there that can make a big difference. If you put them at 100 or 200,000 subscribers and they were able to do this full time helping people, all I can say is, many lives would be changed, in my opinion, for the better. I know it's helped me. There was a time I didn't know what was happening to me. And right now there are millions of people stuck in the same fog we were all stuck in at one time. Let's keep up what we are doing so that number shrinks, and more people are able to find their way to the light, so they can become the best versions of themselves. With that being said, let's keep praying for wisdom. Let's keep praying for strength. And let's keep praying for courage. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.